Fuck, you're old.
Bring it on, One-Eyed Willie.
Hello there. Welcome back. I'm glad you could join me today.
Want to say one thing. The video I'm making right now is not to be taken as a slap to anybody. Everybody I've rode with so far are damn good riders. Even the brand spanking new ones. We rode with a guy that only rode for, I think it was like a month. I'm not doing this video because I'm giving anybody shit. Everybody's good riders. I just, the more information you have, the more you know what that guy next to you is doing. That's all. Well, hello, Idahoans. Idaho's Deadpool here, coming at ya. I'm leaving McCall area, going down to Boise, and I wanted to do a little video of my thoughts on group riding. Cause, yep, thank you, buddy. Let's get a speed here. Cause I've noticed, I've been on a lot of group rides with the guys down in Boise, but I've noticed certain things are kind of odd for group riders. So I'll just go through those. So what do you have to know about group riding? Well, as a rider in the group, you don't have to know a whole bunch. Your normal ride experiences of keeping looking out and da-da-da-da kind of covers you for the most part, but you do have to know what certain people play in roles of group rides. And by the way, yes, you don't get a front camera because when I came home from the bug run, I dropped my helmet at the gas station and broke my mount, and I haven't got another one yet. You can be able to stop, bud? Yep, you are. So, you do have to know kind of what everybody's doing so you don't end up looking like a butthead because you're shaking your head at somebody when they're actually doing a job. Which happened to me on one of the rides. Which, I was kind of like, okay, he looked like he was probably a weekend Harley rider, kind of thing. Just cruising. And so I was like, he probably just doesn't know. I'm good with that. So, what are the roles that you really have to know about group riding? Well, I gotta get cruise control rocking here. So, one of the things you gotta know is the most important role, or one of the most important roles of, taking the turn, about the front of the pack. So, when you have a lot of riders going on, the guy in the front of the pack is called the road captain. And so, a little bump there. So what he does is he knows where everybody's going. He has an idea. He knows how many people is in the thing. He's usually a leader, or at least knows where the hell everybody's going. So you have him leading you out. Usually the guy by him is either his second or another guy that's knows where you're going and is helping that. They control the flow of the group, how fast you're going, and they coordinate with another guy, which we'll talk about later, for lane, what lane you're going to be in when you're changing lanes, all that kind of stuff. So that's the guy in the front. All you got to know really about him is when he says something, slow down, pick it up, you do what he says. Because he's trying to motivate all these guys, right? He's responsible for them as a whole part, as a group. And so you got him. He's out front. Now you have a guy that's usually in the middle-ish, and he can change positions with another guy. But anyways, he's either going to be called an enforcer in like clubs, and most guys that aren't in clubs, they call him a guard. As far as I know, and I could be wrong, guys, I am not a master of all knowledge when it comes to this. I'm just giving you what I know. It's probably fucking wrong, but it'll give you an idea of what I'm doing. So this guy is called, usually what we're doing, a guard. And his job is, number one, make sure when somebody's getting out of line in the group, he's the one that goes over and goes, hey, knock it the fuck off. You know, just stop. He does a lot of talking when people are like doing red bombing or wheelies or doing stupid shit or going out of the pack, out of formation and back in. He's the one that does that. Now, there's also a guy usually will be either in the back or the front, the sergeant at arms, and he's kind of in control of all the security shit. Everybody reports to him when they have problems with other people. Oh, bikers! Reports to him and the road captain, and they kind of work out everything. You really don't need to know what he does. Anywho, now, the guy in the very, very back, a lot of times he's not riding in formation. He's riding right down the middle of the fucking road. He is called a tail gunner or a sweep. Now, he has multiple jobs, and that's usually where I like to run, because I don't mind going on slow rides. I actually usually have cruise control all the time, but I tend to want to dance and take my hands off the bars and all that kind of stuff, and I won't do that in formation, and you shouldn't either. So I usually run as the tail gunner or the sweep. Now, what does he do? Well, anytime somebody falls out of the group, out of formation, and starts pulling back or is not keeping up, the sweep or the tail gunner make sure they do not get lost. They do not just get out on their own. So he comes over, like if somebody drops over and starts pulling over, the tail gunner will go up to you and go like that, you know, thumbs up or no. If you go thumbs up, he's saying, or what you're telling him is, I'm just taking a break, you guys go, I might be done or I have to break off. And then he'll keep going with the rest of the pack. He'll catch up to him. That's one of the reasons why tail gunner also usually rides a bigger bike, because he'll have to catch back up to the pack. Now, if you go thumbs down, that means you've got a mechanical issue or something. And usually, there are guys that may not be mechanics, but they're at least experienced riders, knows a little bit about motorcycles, to try to help you out and get you going again. Now, the other thing that the tail gunner or the sweep does is, and this is the reason I got my head shake when I was on the group last time. When the group needs to change a lane, the sweep is the one, or the tail gunner usually will pull up, go into the lane you're going in, slow down. A lot of times he'll actually go all the way up to the road captain, so the road captain sees him, he'll back up, then everybody starts filtering into that lane in front of him. He is actually clearing that lane for you. And that's what I did when I got the head shake. Most of the motorcycles were in the left lane. My small group I had was in the right. I pulled up because I was running tail gun. I pulled up into the other lane, got on a little bit, got all the way up to the guy in front, looked at him, started backing off. Oh, it's windy as shit. Started backing off, and he just gave me a head shake like, you stupid kid. It was like, okay. Obviously, you don't want to go on that. You don't want to go on that lane. So, if you're running a sweep or a tail gunner and you do that, the road captain will either acknowledge you, thumbs up, or give you a nod and start moving over. Or he'll go, I'm going straight. And that point, you do what I did on the last one. You slow down, you fall right back in formation. Easy as that. So those are the most of the roles that are going on. Now, the guard or the sweep, or usually those are the only two guys you guys can ever be messing with. Now, if you have a problem car or somebody is messing with you, these guys might break off to go confront them. So they'll do either two things. Either they're going to go over and try to get them to pull over to talk to them, and go, guys, you're kind of being an assholes, please stop or stay away from our group. Or they are, the other way they do it is they actually piss off the guy enough where he wants to chase him, they'll drag him away from the group. Once they get away, you do kind of a hopscotch thing where you kind of like, I'm going to race you, and as soon as they plow by you, you pull over, turn around, and go back to the group. That simple. If you see a sweep or a guard go after a car, do not follow. The road captain usually will slow down the group, and that way, if the guard does get the guy pulled over and there is a problem, the whole group can pull over and deal with the problem. Or you'll give the guard or the sweep enough room to actually go out, pull the guy away, and get back to you. If there's more than, usually there's only, if multiple bikes, it's like an enforcer, a guard, a sweep, or a sergeant at arms and a enforcer, a guard. Usually there's only one or two people. They know what they're doing. They've rode together a long time. And because when you're dealing with a car being a jackass, yeah, you don't want other bikes around. If you do end up seeing something like that, the best idea to do is give them a shit ton of room. Because that tail gunner or a sweep is actually going to be bouncing around the car, and he's going to look like he's being a total douchebag, just so the car will get in front of him and he can pull off and turn around, or wait for the rest of the group. So don't follow him. That's most of it. When you're riding formation, I don't like to ride in formation anything over 35 miles an hour. I just don't like to. I rather do staggered than side by side. Well, it's still a formation, but I don't like to do the standard side by side over 35. I like to stagger it, give you more room to adjust for potholes or what have you. But when you are running formation, whether you're going side by side or staggered, your main objective is, yes, you do have to look in your mirrors, pay attention to what's going on, but your main goal is keeping your position in your lane, keeping up and having a safe space between you and the bike in front of you, and watching what the road captain's doing. And if he signals, you put an arm out so everybody else knows behind you you're turning that way. That's pretty much it. You really don't have a lot of obligation besides staying in formation, riding, saying, do not go out of formation and back in. Don't go passing cars and being crazy. Oh, Michael. Because that can get really hairy when you have that many bikes. If you're trying to jump in. If you got to get out, make sure blinker, you motion, you turn around, you tell the guys in formation behind you what you're doing. And then everybody should be slowing down to let you off. If you have to get back on, you're going to the back of the pack usually. You don't come back up to where you were before. Just the way it is. Hope that helps, guys. I hope the wind noise isn't too much. If you have any questions, if I know the answer, I'll tell you. If I don't know the answer, I'll try to find out. I know there's probably a couple guys that have been in clubs, in the running groups, and they're going to know what I'm talking about. I was never in a club. I did ride with some club members when I was in Washington State. But it's pretty simple for the most part. Anyways, long fucking talk. Sorry for like this. And I will catch you guys later. Peace out. No, really. Go home. It's over. I love that.
It's over. Go home.